What is intuition or your inner voice? Okay. I'm going to be using analogy using vampires and witches. So if you like the Vampire Diaries or anything to do with vampires and witches, you are going to love this analogy. So it's coming up. What is intuition? Okay, asking you straight out, what is intuition? All right, here we go. This came to me after watching Vampire Diaries, and it is absolutely mind-boggling. I couldn't stop telling every person I knew after I came up with this. I just love it, okay? What is, at some point, Rebecca, who's an original vampire, she says this line. She says that vampires and witches, a person can never be a vampire and a witch at the same time, because a vampire is an abomination of nature, and a witch is nature's servant. Okay? A witch is nature's servant, and a vampire is an abomination of nature. So you can't ever be both at the same time. You can either be one or you can be the other. What is a vampire? Okay, a vampire is someone who is all powerful. They can control minds, right? You know, they can come in and they can control what you're thinking, control what your memories. Vampires are controlling. They're super strong. They're super controlling. They can suck the blood out of you. They can suck the life out of you. Okay, they come in here and they push you over. They control your mind. They are in charge, and you listen to me because I am all powerful. That's a vampire. What's a witch? A witch is someone, in Vampire Diaries, they had Bonnie who, like, you know, she would put her hands into nature and she would feel. And she would gather strength from the elements, from nature itself. She would feel nature. What is intuition? Intuition is when you put your hands into the soil, when you feel nature, when you feel your inner world, when you sit back and you feel what's right. You wait for your little inner voice to come up, to bubble up and tell you what's right. You wait for the world around you, the universe, for God. You're someone who puts their hands into the soil and you feel the life of nature. You use the elements. You feel around you what the right thing is to do. Okay? The opposite of that is when you pam into there and you try to control other people. You tell them, you listen to me because I'm in charge here. There's two ways that a person can be. You can either be a vampire where I'm in charge, you listen to me. It's not always with other people. Sometimes it's inside of yourself. In your own brain, you're thinking, I know what's best. I know what to do. I know what I have to think. I know what I have to do. I have a to-do list. I know exactly what I need to accomplish. I know I have to tell this person. I have to call that person. I'm controlling. I'm in control here because I need to use my analytic mind to control the situation, to have complete understanding of what's happening and make the outcome, because I make the outcome with my brains or with my control. That's a vampire. What's a witch? A witch is someone with intuition. You sit back. You don't bam into there, explode that I know what the right thing is. I'm going to use my brains, my analytic mind, my conscious mind to figure out and to analyze and to control. You have to sit back. Stop your mind from thinking and just breathe. Feel the ground. Put your fingers into the ground. Feel the elements. Feel what's going on around you. Feel nature. Feel God. Feel the universe. And that little voice inside of you is going to bubble up, and it's going to tell you, it's going to direct you. What's the right thing for you to do in life? What's the next move that you need to make? What's right for you in this situation? That's what a witch is. And you can never be both at the same time. You can't be a witch and a vampire at the same time. A vampire is an abomination of nature because you're not supposed to go in controlling everything. You're not in control of this world, honestly, are you? No, you're not in control. You can't control your children because you know what? They have minds of their own. You can't control people at work, even if you're the boss, because you know what? You can't control everything. You don't always know the answers. You can't always control everything. And even inside yourself, you don't always know what's right. But if you can sit back and stay far away from being the vampire and move over and be the witch, put your hands in nature, feel with your intuition, feel the elements, feel what's right, that's going to guide you to knowing what your right decisions are to make in everyday life, in your parenting, in your work, in your relationships, to feel someone else. And you know what? In relationships, being a vampire, people don't like vampires so much. People who are controlling and telling them what to do, and I know best. People like those who sit back and will listen actively, will empathize, will hear you out, will feel the vibes, and then know how to respond. You'll have so much more success in everything in your life if you can use your intuition, if you can become the witch and stay far away from the abomination of nature and become nature's servant in using your intuition.